Hello.
Okay, dengar.
Sorry macam sebab putus-putus.
Oh, okay. So kalau Arif sekarang ni study ke macam mana?
Macam saya Python. Yang
Python,
pernah belajar lah. Macam Java lagi.
JavaScript. Okay, nice. So maybe since Arif kalau ikutkan belum pernah, so
Sekarang
okay, so maybe saya kalau macam tu okay lah kot, better lah kot kalau just brief explanation on the JavaScript. Okay, kalau untuk lagi seorang ni Hai panggil apa? What can I? Hai Okay. So
Siapa boleh?
Alright. So maybe okay, this is actually the topic is about introduction to programming using JavaScript. So first of all, we need to know the JavaScript itself. So it is a language, but then what we will hear in the industry, some people will call it just call it as Node.js. So actually Node.js is a framework based on the JavaScript language that actually Node.js allows you to run JavaScript on the server lah. People will usually use Node.js for the backend, for the setup of the server and etc. So but it is actually a runtime environment lah for the system. So as of currently, common framework like Hai just said just now, what did you use framework for JavaScript?
React.
React.
Ada juga view sikit.
Alright. So yes, kalau in our industry, in our local industry, React and also Vue quite famous. Hai currently do for final project
Project 1 baru.
Alright, nice. So I think starting with React is a good choice also. But maybe for my suggestion, you can also look into Vue.js and also Svelte. Angular still can and also Svelte because the trend now is Svelte usage and also demand on in the industry quite climbing up. So learning Vue Svelte is a good option lah for maybe first framework. So as for me, I learn only Vue and Node.js. React only, I think just only the basic, I think, but then I move into Vue based on the company requirement. So currently right now I'm working in Rangklau as a front end software engineer using the Vue lah. Our core is the Vue.js and integrate with the Laravel. So as for siapa? Arif. Okay, as for Arif, this is the few of the framework that in the market, but then more the common is Vue, Angular, Svelte and also React lah. So framework is just I can say a guideline on how we use the code. So it is based on JavaScript, but then framework what makes it different lah. So how Vue work, how React work. So as for React, we have the usually people will make a single page application where we can have a few state. So it will not run on the server side. So it's quite I can say maybe the what the asset bundling would be much faster, but then it depends on the user lah. Depends on what we want to do actually. So framework would be adaptable based on what we want lah. So yes, adaptable for web design, and most website developer will use framework in order, I can say it 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 is I can say if people didn't use any framework, it would take much longer time lah. So using framework is a good option lah. And also yeah, make frameworks make working with JavaScript easier and smoother, of course. And also they will also offer the possibilities or functionality that each framework can offer lah to the developer itself. So for the JavaScript 101, I think a few things that need to know if let's say for Arif want to know about JavaScript. So I think actually there's few things that we can check. If Arif want to check, just look into W3 schools and just select the JavaScript option. And of course lah, ada banyak there's few more option for different language. Macam mana? Putus-putus. Again, boleh ke? Okay, tak apa.
Betul-betul. Tapi saya dapat W3 school kan?
W3 school. So there's few option, but then I would suggest W3 school lah for in order for let's say you want to just make a reading on what is the overview lah. So there will be JavaScript introduction, and the list will go on until what actually you need to use lah. So actually for me, the whole list here, maybe some of it I didn't use yet, and also maybe some of it I didn't even know. Of course, programming is a learning process, endless learning process lah, I can say. So okay, one thing for the JavaScript, actually we have the versioning. This one is only for the knowledge on for future lah, since right now we are at JavaScript version 6, ES6. We can see here it is ECMAScript 2015. So right now from 2015 until to date, so we are using the ES6 punya format. JavaScript ES6 punya format.
Itulah masa learning sebelum ni, bila nak belajar JavaScript, okay, bila tengok tutorial semua macam ini lain kan, macam function jadi arrow function.
Yes. Yes. Few things like maybe you can, if you see maybe function anything, some of it would be like this, and then some of it we have to do parenthesis macam tu lah.
Screen tak share saja. Screen.
Oh ya ke? Apa Ya Allah, lupa lah.
Ingat introduction lagi.
Lupa. Dah share dah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, Arif ada balik. Aduh, so sorry Arif. Tak lupa rupanya tak screen share. So okay, nasib tak jauh lagi. Okay, kalau Arif, if Arif can see, here I have a slide showing that we have the Node.js things to know. I think every JavaScript I can say developer who works with JavaScript need to know Node.js, and also need to know what framework to be used, so it can help our work lah, our flow with the code. And then what we will learn is a variable event. Macam mana?
So from the framework kan, usually from this list kita guna yang mana?
Okay. Okay. Sebab tadi tak tunjuk skrin tu, jadi maybe patut macam ni je. Okay. So for framework, soalannya tadi which to use, is it?
Betul. Kadang-kadang kita macam banyak resources kan.
Yes.
Jadi kita confused to choose which one macam suitable to use lah. Macam
Okay. Okay. First tell for me lah. As for me, okay, I know JavaScript and also know few of the Vue and also React. But then when we are going into a company, so first thing we will ask is what framework do we need to use. So the company itself will tell us either they are using Vue or React. So from there you can choose lah what framework to use. But that one is if you are working in a company. But if you are developing your own project, so it is actually up to you. So you can actually free to use any framework you want to choose. But as of just like Hai said just now, he is using React. So there's no right or wrong. But then my suggestion would be React also, and also Vue, Angular or Svelte. So currently Svelte is climbing up on the trend or the graph trend on the most used framework. But then it's still up to the developer lah. So in here I already show my suggestion lah. I put a star on it. So Vue, Angular and Svelte. But maybe to start, maybe Arif can choose. I think if you don't want to for any confusion, maybe just go for Vue. Yeah. So Vue, and then if you want to learn for backend, also you can maybe look for Laravel or just Node.js lah. Okay. So okay. We go back to the W3 school tadi. Like I just said. So okay. Back to here. W3 school, you can select the JavaScript option where it has a list of from the introduction from 0 and then until whatever the JavaScript can offer lah. So as for me, I can say not every single option I already use. Maybe some of it I don't know anything about it. But then there is the power of Google lah. Google as of googling the solution lah. So maybe you have one problem, just search for JavaScript solution for that. I can say most of the times we can find the solution lah on it. So I just want to share about the JavaScript version. This is to ensure that you understand what's going on when you are doing the code, because just like Hai said just now, okay, during the development, what code editor you use, Hai?
VS Code.
Yes. Okay. VS Code will I think there is extension where when you look into the extension Islin.
Yeah, Islin.
Islin. Okay. For the Islin, it will have few restriction where the Islin extension will make your code restrict to a standard version, standard type to code, standard writing to code. So currently we are at the JavaScript ES6, so ECMAScript 2015 where ECMAScript 2015 where the latest one is ES6 until today. So if you can see 2009 ES5. Okay, there's a few, I can say, revision on the JavaScript version, and then 2015 going into the ES6. Since I think ES6 would be is a major upgrade version lah. So few of the syntax would be a bit different. And then until today lah, 2018, this one here they only show the changelog lah. They what release, what patch release they did on the versioning. So just to clarify, since if maybe you guys came across a problem that would require some solution in this Stack Overflow or any platform, but then need to remind lah. So maybe sometimes you guys would come across with unknown error in the VS Code that restrict you to run the code. So knowing the version would help the problem lah. Okay, so maybe we can go into the codes. As of Arif, okay, so in order to run JavaScript code, just like Python, you just need a file.py, and then you just write the Python 3 and then run the file lah. So same goes like JavaScript. So maybe we just put variable test anything, and then we put the console log test. So when we save, just write the node index. It will log our variable lah here as a string. Python system print out, tak ingat pula. You good? Okay, so variable like Python itself contains the value for variables, be it string, integer, array, or object, or etc. So I think this is a simple one since everyone have a basic coding. So go to second one is events. Events where we I think we go into this later on lah. So boleh lah sekarang. So events is what's happening for when we click or hovering or anything that happening on that page lah. So when let's say there's a button, not sure lah boleh ni tak. That's we try to. I think one drawback working with framework is that it is a bit not difficult, a bit confusing how we want to write a code within one file only. because we will always use framework that already there. So okay, not sure lah working tak. Open with I will try later on lah. So maybe events is when you are clicking any buttons or anything lah. So for the third one is the functions. Functions is where we bundle of codes with specific functionality. If let's say in here, in an example, it would be much simple function. Let's say function convert uppercase lah, let's say. So we get the parameter data.to. Yeah, sometimes also forgot apa JavaScript uppercase. Mana tak keluar. Oh shit. JavaScript string uppercase to uppercase. Okay. So log. So here we declare the function. So let's say if let's say in our system we want to standardize how we store any names in our database. So let's say we want all the names will be all in uppercase. So in here test we would call the function convert to uppercase. So in this parameter we put okay lah, my name. So data console log. Okay, so when we run type okay, yeah, it will show the uppercase of our letter lah here. This one is low letter, this one will be capital letter. All the character will be in capital letter when we run the function. Oh okay, one thing before I forgot, there's a few things in ES6 that they have a new method to declare some things, some variable, which is let and also constant. So
Cons.
yes, so in let and cons, there's a few difference between them. We can look into ES6. Let boleh search tak?
Ada ni. The let keyword dengan the cons keyword.
Okay, this one. Okay, so we go for the let first. For the JavaScript variable, same like any other language. When let's say we have a variable var1, we have the initial value, and then when we let's say give it a new value. Okay, so when we run, it will show the new value lah. So using the variable, the value can be replaced with any new value that we declare. But with let, if you can see here, variables defined with let cannot be redeclared. There's two things, redeclare and also reassign. Okay, so let is the one that cannot be redeclared. So with let you cannot do okay like this. we cannot declare it 2 times. So it will throw error when we want to compile the code. But if let's say wait, before cannot be okay, this one, let cannot be redeclare, must be declared before use, and also have block scope. This one I think some of the things that some developer might miss. Have block scope, it means that when we declare the variable here in a block, let's say in a function, in a conditional statement function, so that value we cannot use it outside of the scope lah. So sometimes because it happens on myself when writing the codes, and then don't have any idea why the value, we cannot use the value. So this one I think things that need to keep in mind. So for let, we cannot it will have block scope that the variable or the value cannot be used outside of the scope lah. So for the cons, also have block scope, but cons cannot be reassigned, since let's say just like this, when we put var but we change it to cons, so it should show the mana, okay, it will show throw error terus lah. Some of the framework it will run, but then when the code run into this line of codes, it will just break, and your system will your page will not show anything lah. So the error will show the assignment to constant variable, which is cannot be reassigned lah. So just to keep in mind, since let and cons is two things for declaring variables that are introduced lah in ES6. So okay, I think kalau if ada function ni boleh check on it. Okay. Kita ada master kat dalam ni. Okay, for the functions, and last one is I think conditional statements lah. Since conditional statements we will frequently use in our codes for the any logic that we want to use. Conditional statements is so important, since let's say we will only use basic if condition. If you go into the JavaScript, we go to the if else conditional statements. So it has the if, else if, and also switch. But it all depends on depends on our logic. Do we have to use the switch, or only need to do the if else statement lah? So okay, for siapa ni, Arif, Arif, do you have any questions so far? I think all of this with Python quite similar, because every language does have the same method. So hai pula Arif, sorry.
So far alhamdulillah, cuma yang cuba slide ke sebelah yang main
sini okay.
Memang untuk event tu first time lah untuk variable. Function tu dah pernah dengar, cuma event and
Okay.
condition statement pernah dengar, cuma nombor 2 dengan nombor 3.
Okay, for the events, actually events, we will work with the HTML, but yeah. Tak boleh buka kat situ. Lihat, okay. So first we need to import the JavaScript. So okay, let's say this is a basic HTML page where we need to use the JavaScript. So first of all, we need to import the script in the mana ni? Okay, sorry. Okay. And then after we import, let's say we have a button, and then for button, we have the option to use on click, where it will run the function that we declare here, but we must first write a function in the JavaScript. So function button click, and then if let's say we console log lah, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Irfan, is this going to work? So we have my senior here, Irfan. Okay, let's say we have a button. Okay, and then if we go to the inspect, just check in the console. Okay, so actually this is the most basic example that I can show you, Arif, for the events. So events, when I say about clicking, hovering, or anything that's happening on that page, is actually when, for example, this is the HTML page. Let's say this is the any other website, other system that you see in the browser, and then there's a button here. When we click on it with the help of this on click function, it will run the function button click. That is the function that we are declare in the index.js lah. So button click will run button click function, and then it will log the console button hit. So if you can see in our console here, in our inspect in the page, we can see the button hit shown, the same. So let's say we make a counter, count. So the first would be start with 0, and then button hit count, and then we can increment the numbers. Okay, try when we click button. Okay, when we click here button, the as you can see, the number will keep increasing. We are on how much I click the button lah. So let's say in a page where we need the function to run anything, maybe change a color, maybe redirect. Okay, maybe also redirect to a page. Maybe I can say change our tab. Let's say in the page we have few section. Maybe there's a 3 section in this page, and then when we click on a button, it will select the selection or anything lah, or etc. So this function can be more complicated, depends on how we want it to be lah. So this is what I call for the events lah. Okay, siapa ni? Arif, okay ke?
Okay, boleh.
Okay, I think that's all, only the basic, but I just maybe if you guys have questions regarding this, since if let's say I want to teach the JavaScript will be a long list of things to learn. So really recommend if you want to check for the W3 schools and just make a reading, or the best way is to try to develop any things, and then came across a problem, so you guys will then make use of this reference lah. So anything, Hai ke Arif? Or maybe Irfan, maybe you want to give a few words, since Hai is a student who currently doing one project using the React.
Oh, okay.
And also Arif is just now asking me on what framework to use. So maybe Irfan have a different overview on what other people who wants to start with the JavaScript and to jump into a framework. So what is the recommended framework?
Recommended framework
Okay.
Just to keep things short and actually you can use any framework. Like you can use Vue. It depends on like what kind of job you're looking for. So for example, if your job requires you to use Laravel, and oftentimes you will see that when people use Laravel, they use it with Vue. So that might be a good choice lah. Basically it all depends on your work.
Yeah.
So if your work requires you to use Vue, you use Vue. Your work requires you to use React, you use React. So, but regardless of what frameworks you use, just be good at JavaScript lah, because at the end of the day, it's all JavaScript.
Okay. Siapa ni? As of Hai, are you targeting to work as what? As what position? I mean, in this industry will be back-end developers, front-end developer, but maybe you want to go for both, full stack.
For now, maybe targeting for the front end.
Okay.
Tapi based on project given is a full stack, right? So
Project given as in?
To-do list. To-do application.
Yeah. Maybe for the project like the to-do list, are you using the Node.js for the backend, is it?
Yes, not JS and
Apa? Firebase?
Express.
Express. Okay. Okay. So yeah, same like Irfan. You just need to target one thing, and then maybe find a company that suits you, or maybe you can you can adapt to what the company wants lah. So for Arif, anything?
So far tak ada. Alhamdulillah.
Alright.
Apa pun tak ada.
Klip gambaran untuk introduction.
Apa tadi? Ada lagi
Sebab
seorang?
sekarang dalam proses deploy.
Okay. Apa? Hari belajar ke? Macam mana? Sekarang belajar lagi?
Ya. Hello.
Okay, dengar.
Okay, sekarang kerja lah, tapi kerja part time, kedai makan macam tu kan.
Okay.
Ini dia dia join PSA program.
Oh, okay. Okay tu, serius ya. Apa, as for me, Vue.js is only 7 months for me. The framework. Still learning juga, don't worry. Maybe for the, I think for the more advanced things, like currently right now, I'm actually learning for the package development, NPM, and that one is because Irfan did left me a legacy.
Ada.
Library banyak. Macam-macam.
Yes.
Tapi saya nak tanya sikit lah berkenaan dengan bila start working. Cik Nabil as a front end lah ke ataupun cover back end juga?
Designation is front end developer.
Okay.
But then you still need to know how the back end lah. So it will help you in order for you to let's say front end, we only consume what the back end gives to us.
Okay.
But it is a bonus point if you can I can say sometimes when work in the front end, but then we need the response from the back end in specific I can say specific structure, so we can it will help lah, make our work more easier lah.
So maksudnya macam tadi cakap kerja kat Rangkot ke dia guna PHP lah, Laravel.
Yes.
Okay.
Need to know lah. Need to know. Dia bukan sebab betul lah. Developer need to know je lah. So what we are using in the back end and also front end. Need to know as in maybe some things lah, some logic we are quite not sure, because I think the difference is only the structure of the how their code je lah. If let's say maybe one day I need to be in the back end, I need to do some back end, so it should be no problem lah. But specific designation is front end, since currently responsible for the anything on the front on the UI UX. So we will just handle our responsible first. So for the back end tu sometimes because there's ada one situation where first thought is they said it is a front end issue, but then when debugging throughout the codes, I found out that it is a back end punya issue. So still fix on that. So I think that one just add on for you lah. So when people thought it is front end, but then it is back end, but you can still solve it. So add on lah.
Understand.
Okay, maybe I think any last word from Arif, Hai ke Irfan. This is just a short class. Okay gak sikit orang, since kalau ramai sangat nanti semua tak cakap gak. So okay lah.
Yeah, so dah lepas M3 introduction.
Okay. So rasanya Arif if want to jump into JavaScript, okay. Python pun no problem, ada still. But depends on minat lah.
Pula. Ada nak jadi ni ke data scientist?
Ke arah sana lah.
Oh,
Lagi
I
dah.
see.
Buat tu front end ni. Data analyst.
Semua student ke?
Oh tak, saya tak.
Oh, dah kerja lah.
Arif je student.
Student maksudnya universiti ke ataupun sekolah ke?
University.
Universiti ni.
Saya dah grad lama dah. Lama dah grad. 2014.
Aku rasa kena tukar soalan, which is kerja developer or kerja apa. Sometimes people change dia punya ni feel.
Betul tak? So sekarang ni bukan kerja